Damn, this is a huge feels bad man moment. Yikes. Oh well, it's working now. Hey guys, this is Achilles with another video. This time, solo Thorns Necro. I delayed this video as much as possible, just due to the fact that demonstrating this in low tier is not easy, and with this season's theme, this actually works a lot better because you can utilize 2 extra ring slots in the season with the one that we have to use, with the one being Crispin Sentence. You can probably use Convention of Elements, and also for more toughness maybe Unity. If you feel like you are tanky, maybe SOJ, but Unity is like a really good option. Anyway, I'm gonna go through this and I'm gonna explain basically the mechanics of this build in depth, and hopefully we can demonstrate it. As I said, it's not easy to demonstrate it in lower tiers because this is a ramp up build. So basically the entire damage comes from this item right here, Bone Ringer. Bone Ringer is a legendary that adds, is a separate multiplier legendary that adds 30% damage increase to your commander skeletons every second they keep attacking the same target. So what does that mean? That means if we command the skeleton on a target, and as long as that target is alive, these skeletons keep gaining the damage. They don't need to actually hit him to get the damage. You can even go maybe sometimes a little bit out of the screen and they're not even attacking the target, but if the target is still aggro to you, basically these guys run to him and they're not attacking anything else, your Bone Gear is still stacking. Why is that important? Like, let's say when you use Thorns RGK and you teleport the boss, you don't lose your Bone Ringer. Your skeletons are still commanded to the boss because the boss is still aggro to you, hence he teleports you. Anyway, because of that reason alone, if the tier is too low, the target you're attacking gonna die and it's gonna reset your Bone Ringer because you have to command something else. So it's not easy to demonstrate it. But I'll do my best. Obviously we're using Legacy of the Nightmare set, and that just gives us many options in terms of using different variety of items to either gain damage or toughness. For the chest, we are going to be using both Aquila and Bloodsong Mill, because we're going to be utilizing Land of the Dead. So 125% additional damage to our command skeleton, which is our primary damage increase, while land is active. So we're using Land, Bloodsong Mail, Aquila. Glove, really doesn't matter what you use, because your damage is Thorns. So like something like Task Guarantee doesn't do anything for you if there's no other glove that increase pet damage. So anything works. I'm using St. Archie's Gauge just to get a little bit of health. And as this is a thorn oriented build, you want thorns on every single piece, or as many pieces as you possibly can get. And since it is thorns, obviously the element of choice is physical, so we get physical on, as you can see, unfortunately I don't have thorns on Wisdom of Kalan. That's a big piece, you want thorns on that. But physical braces, neck piece, I'm using Andariel Visage, and I'm going to utilize Golem Skin. Why is Golem Skin breaches? Just for that 30% damage reduction alone. The rune, the only rune that is useful would be the Blood Golem, so when you lose health, you press it, it acts as a health potion, it heals you for basically 25% of your health. So basically you can just spam it just like a health potion. Instead of this, if you think you're tanky enough, you can drop this, get basically the 20% this item. I didn't even know I had that. You can get a pair of swamplands and put physical on it and just drop this and grab dash, blood rush for just more mobility. But since we are going to be utilizing illusory boots, the dash seems unnecessary. You are not a speed build, so running too fast doesn't help you much. In fact, you're going to be running slow. I'll explain why. Traggle, Crowded Fang is our weapon, which is interchangeable with the Spear of Jeru. A Spear of Jeru is what gives us a huge amount of thorns. So for every enemy we curse, we get 15% extra thorns. Multiplier 15%. So that means, well, when I put the Boyarsky's chip in, which I think we should, let me just put on the gems in. Boyarsky's 100%. Pet, Enforcer 100%. And we're going to be using Trapped. We're not going to be using Zeiss or any nonsensical thing. With Boyarsky's chip in, you have like about 220 to 230k thorn. If you had this neck, it would be 230. So 230k thorn with 15%. 15% of this is what, 34k thorn, 33k thorn. And that is for each enemy cursed. So if you curse like 30, I mean, like 30 enemies, 20 enemies around you, that's 300% thorns. This thing can go up to 12 million, 12.5 million. Wait, sorry, no. Did I say 12? 2.5 million. Can go up to 2.5 million thorns. There is actually a cap number, because there is a cap on the amount of mobs you can curse. A lot of people don't know this, but when you cast curse, if you can manually put a curse on each mob and not double curse something, you'll get a maximum of, I think, 60 curses, 20 curse per basically curse. So you have 3 curses at 60. I assume, I think it's around 60, but there is a cap. I believe it's 20 each. Anyway, it's still a huge amount of thorn you get from Spear of Jeru. The Spear of Jeru is one of the only 2 spears you can get on a Necromancer, so crafting this is fairly simple. It's like getting the dagger, Impale Dagger on the Demon Hunter class. So just by crafting a spear, you're gonna get a pretty good one. Your main ability to curse is Grim Scythe. So the only piece you want attack speed on is the weapon. So you can just curse things pretty quick. You don't need attack speed on anything else. I just happen to have attack speed on this item. You can actually go for toughness, armor, life percent, life regen even. Life regen is very important, I'll explain why. Hence I have it here. Shoulder, doesn't matter, anything works. I'm just using Pauldron and Skeleton King. Hopefully we get a proc out of it, getting lucky. You want Command Skeleton in your gear, Command Skeleton, offhand, chest, and shoulders. And cooldown on every piece. Why? You don't need attack speed, there's no stricken here. Attack speed does not increase the damage of Command Skeleton. It increases the damage of every other pet but Command Skeleton, so attack speed is irrelevant, just get cooldown. For damage reduction, we're using Dainty's Binding. Aquila, obviously, we don't have any spender beside this, which actually they removed the essence cost from this, so there is no spender. The only spender you have is the Command Skeleton, and you're going to be pressing it once every hopefully rift, but this is always active. Deity's Binding is always active. You have the set piece, set damage reduction, 54% from the Lon, always active again. And on top of that, we have a 30% damage reduction from just having a golem. Not to mention, we're gonna have 15 stacks thanks to Wisdom of Kalan, 15 stacks of bone armor. Which is basically 3% per stack, 45% damage reduction. Well, let's get into it. Let's explain the build and how do we do damage. First of all, for the gems, I think I'm gonna put on some armor gems in here. Basically strength or dexterity, doesn't matter. Strength or dexterity, as you can see, it gives you armor. A lot of people ask these questions on the comment section. Strength gives you 1-to-1 ratio armor, same with dexterity. That's why I'm putting strength or dexterity gems in here. As an intellect class, we're lacking armor a lot, so gaining as much armor as possible. That is if you can spare it, obviously. If you can't, just put on intellect gems. With this much toughness, you're not gonna have problem with the damage taken. Command skeleton, any of the physical runes work. I'm using Dark Mending because sometimes the target I'm commanding is gonna be on the screen and they're gonna hit it, and that's a lot of heal. Grim Scythe, Curse Scythe to get 100% curse. Bone armor, flesh sustained. Why? 10% life regen per target hit. That is every single mob that I hit with this bone armor. It gives me that much life regen. And that combined with draw life increases my life regen by 10% for every enemy within 20 yards. Allows me to actually go and sit in the density and don't need any other heal, and I'll survive easily. Leech, Curse Grant, again, survivability, 1%. I explained why. I mean, I think I did explain why we need all these survivabilities. This just heals you for every mob in the curse area for 1%. 1% of your health per mob in this area. Why survivability? Obviously, as I explained, you die or the mob that you command dies, your damage ramp up is just gonna drop. This is 30% per second. That means after a minute is 1800% multiplier, separate multiplier, which again keep doubling every minute. First minute, next minute 3600. So it keeps going up and up and up. And if you can keep it up, if you get a 1 floor, let's say you get a 1 floor battlefield or festering with like enough mobs or enough good mob type that you can 1 floor that, by the time you're at like 8-minute mark, you will be one-hitting mobs. Like whatever comes close to your minions, to your skeletons, and attack them, they're gonna get 1 hit. That's why staying alive is very important. Well, why not cheat death? Well, there's a problem with Necro's cheat death. It kills your minions. Basically consumes your minions for 10% of your life per 10% of your life per minion. So if you actually die, that's 100%. It consumes 10 minions. You only have 7 anyway. That means your command skeletons are gone. That means your bone ringer is gone. So it's pointless to even run cheat death. If you're gonna die, you might as well die because your damage already drops. Just for that reason alone, instead of cheat death, we go draw life. Eternal Torment is a must. You don't want to drop your curses because of the Spear of Jeru in the cube. 15% thorns per curse. Per curse mob. Obviously we explained the golem, blood golem, and land. We don't want to go frozen land because your damage comes from enemy hitting you. Although It's good versus some affixes, but you do not want to keep freezing the enemies. So we go with Shallow Grave, because just when we kill stuff, the land extends. Blood's Power for more cooldown on our land, and Aberrant Animator, the main passive, to give your pets 200% of your thorns. So when you go max thorns with like 2 million, 3 million thorns, this is double on your pets, which makes them reflect 6 million thorns. Obviously the trap is always going to be active, even on targets that are not close to you, because thanks to Grimsize putting curse on all mobs, and the Cripify is a curse that slows mobs, so trap is always active on everything. Hence why I'm not using Zeiss. What else? I think that's it. There's no other passive that I can use. I mean, there's no other braces that I can use other than NEMS, and we are an elite killer like machine, so NEMS is insane. This I wanna actually explain. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know this interaction. I'm explaining for people who don't. Thunder Fury basically has a passive legendary affix that chance on hit basically does a lightning strike to 5 enemies and it slows their movement speed and attack speed, which is pretty good obviously for your trap, although you already have curse on those targets. But then this is a lightning damage. When you combine it with Wayward, Wayward is another ring that whenever an enemy takes basically lightning damage, you have a 35% chance to stun them. Why this is good? It's good on bosses. Obviously, some bosses that you need to interrupt them to not kill you. But also, it's a good way of activating our triple bonus damage Crisbin. Sometimes, if I feel tanky enough, I drop this leech, I go Decrepify, Dizzying Curse. So, all my cursed enemies, they have a chance to be stunned when they're getting hit. But the damage is way too high that you don't need to worry about this too much until later on, which then your build is gonna change a little bit as well. But just a nice niche attraction. Same with the freeze of deflection. If you put it on your follower, when minions hit them, they get frozen. Let's say they're like frozen themselves. When they are CC'd, stunned, the frozen on the ground or any affix on the ground that reflects thorns doesn't stop, so therefore they take 300% instead of 100% damage from Crisbin. This is it. Let's just give this a go. I really don't know what level I have to do this, and since I'm doing this live, I have to just get lucky, I guess. So, if I remember how to play this. Yeah. Yeah, we are doing just a random test. Like this. This level is something you don't want to do. Not because the mobs are just bad. It's because the level is too short. So you're just going to waste your time. Basically buffing your Bonringer and then not use it at all. There are some mobs you can actually aggro. That don't drop your aggro. As you can see, the border on my command skeleton is active. And I commanded one of these Foul Conjurers. Okay, this is the best possible affix. Did you guys see that damage? And that's without land. I'm pretty sure I pressed land. This guy's dead before he. There you go. Before he even can cast. Frozen is one of the best affixes for you. We kill trash fairly quick, especially when this keeps us stacking. I'm hoping that aggro doesn't drop. The mob is behind us, a little bit off the screen. You guys can see they're getting one shot. Like, that's only about like a minute and a half into the rift. And now the blue died. One more attack from this blue. He's gonna attack now. Come on. Don't be shy. There you go. Dead. And since I'm playing a little bit cautious, because I don't want to drop the aggro from that mob behind me, is fighting my my Templar. And if it doesn't drop the aggro from my Templar, I can just keep this going. So now it's like 2 minutes something into the rift. Now you guys can see the damage potential. I don't even have that much thorns because there's not many targets I cursed. But I mean, well, the mob actually died. That means if I want to do something, I have to command again. I command a random mob there. Another frozen target, which is pretty good. Blighter. We have Blighter, I repeat. I'm just moving out of frozen because I don't want to get frozen. Otherwise, damage taken is completely irrelevant. I'm not even taking damage. That's what you want to be. That's where you want to be. You want to go overboard with this. That's your only demise is dying. Damage just comes in. We just killed the blue because it was frozen. Pretty easy. If I don't drop the aggro, I would like to get that pylon. What? No pylon. Okay. Yikes. Oh. Blighter. Kill yourself, please. We have press a land here, because why not? We're not even using it. We're hoping for a big floor. But, I mean, by all means, if good affixes are here with good mobs, I'll take it. That's a channeling pylon. That means we can land again. Hopefully the target that I commanded is still up there. I'm still having my, as you guys can see, my command. It's active. Although my minions, you guys see if they follow me. Oh, this is another thing. If you command something outside your screen, your minions follow you. You see? They're following me. So I can put him where I want. Put him into affixes. If there is a frozen, just forcefully walk him. I'm just walking him towards this guy so he can hit them. As you guys can see. He has his minions of his own, so they are hitting. Just dodge the Moltens. You are tanky, you're not that tanky. Alright, on his attack I'm gonna press a land just to kill him, I think. Landing. He's attacking the golem during a land, which is not it's not something we want. We move the golem, we're just pressing it. So he attacks our minions. There you go. We killed him. Mission accomplished. This is not something we want to waste our time on. Our target is right here, on the bridge. You're gonna see him. There you go. You see my minions went on him, straight up attacked him. He's still there. He's still aggro to us. We wanna delay killing him or completely avoid killing him. And this is why you want a big map. I go through this map, I lose the command skeleton, but I have no other choice. I am actually gonna skip this floor. Because 1, it's way too short. 2, it's not gonna give us like almost 50%. We didn't drop aggro. I actually commanded on that blue up there, and you guys can see I still have the command, so I wouldn't mind killing some trash here if I can. We have a land, one might as well use it. It's, I mean, every bit matters, right? And we dropped our command. That's why I wanted to leave the floor. Look, way too short. Well, sewers. This is an interesting development. This guy's a jailer. Actually, we're gonna see if we can keep our let's land here. Hopefully he jails and dies. Come on, jail. Jail. There you go. One shot. Jailer hits all 7 of your minions. We have command on one of his minions, but I'm pretty sure that minion doesn't aggro to us, as you guys can see. And he leaves. We just press aggro on random target again and we move. These are not good affixes. Fast Healthling, Plague, Electrify. Basically they just only die to auto attacks. They will die if you get a big floor and you can command on something that doesn't die, like let's say a jug with those affixes, and you just drag that jug through the entire map. But since that's not what we have, we have, oh, I think that's the exit. Let's just press land here. We still have command active on that Golgor. You see they just ran to him and attacking him. So might as well just get something on the way out. These are really horrible floors. This is another big floor, hopefully with better mobs. Oh, wow. These are better mobs. Zombie Grotesque is pretty good. We kill trash pretty quick. I actually want to kill some of these trash, to be honest. I'm gonna golem here because my golem was a stopping. Now the goddamn sometimes I want to run over this Templar back and forth, like put it on forward and then reverse and then forward again, and just like, is it stopping these retching cadavers, the mothers, to spawn more zombies? Yikes. Well, we killed the target. Unfortunately, I was too busy bitching. I forgot that my command target was walking closer and closer. That's something you gotta be worried about. And we need to find a target. We choose a U and we walk away. We don't want to walk too far away. These are frozen. These will die pretty quick. This is far from ideal for what you want to do with this. As I said, this build, I mean, sure. I think I am gonna wait on taking that conduit. Reason being, I can kill these by myself. I don't need the conduit. And I'm gonna take the conduit and run down. Hopefully, I'm just gonna land here, instantly kill this blue as soon as frozen appears, and I'm gonna take the conduit. Or just kill it without the frozen. Alright. So we're gonna take the candy. This floor is ideal, but as floor 1, not floor 5. I hope I'm demonstrating it so you guys know what to do. As I said, this is a fish build. Like, you have to fish for something like this floor. Get a 1 floor and get going. Well, both of these are bad elites, which is not bad for what we want to do. We still need 10% or so, and I can get it from these mobs around, their mothers around. I'm just aggroing everything. We're gonna land. We need to quickly kill. We just dropped our command skeleton. We didn't even notice. I don't know how, but we dropped it, so that was land wasted and a lot of time wasted. Maybe we're fine, depends on the boss. Or we're gonna spawn very quickly here. The moment my land is up, we're gonna spawn. I might actually... Nah, I was thinking of keeping the land, but I don't think that's necessary. Oh no. We pressed land and they died. So... give me a good boss. Oh, pretty good boss. Alright. Remember, this boss dies. Oh, that's a good minion. Pylon is amazing. Pylon is really amazing on the boss. I'm gonna land here. Breath. Come on. There you go. Pylon is amazing. Just because you get extra mobs, not just for the pylon. You get extra mobs, therefore more curse targets. We want the breath. Come on. Oh no. Oh, we got it. What an ending to the video. We got it. We got it on the dot. This is not a ideal situation. We could have walked to the end tile here for a pylon, but we didn't have time. As you guys saw, we just got it, like barely. Which doesn't even matter. Do we have a gem? We got a, we got a 15%. We got an 8%. I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket. We're not gonna get a 4%. I hope you guys got the idea of this build and pretty much full-on Thorn power through. Like, the idea behind this is just to get a big floor, command on a target that doesn't die, or something that sticks, like the aggro, and you can keep walking away from it so it never comes to the screen, so it dies. Or, as I said, just a target that doesn't die, like a Juggernaut with pretty bad affixes for Thorns, and that should give you the time you need for your Bornringer to ramp up. And that will do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. And I have some ideas to make some T16 speed farm videos, but I'm not sure if you guys want those. If yes, please let me know. Like always, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.